Hello, my name is Juliana Spector, and I'm a Senior Engineering Geologist Specialist at the Department of Water Resources leading the OSCAR program. This video will demonstrate how to submit a well completion report in the OSCAR portal. After logging into the portal, you will click on the Begin WCR Submittal icon. Next, you'll select the desired C57 license and the record type. In this case, we'll be submitting a new production or monitoring well completion report. Now we will begin the actual report data entry in step 1, general well information. The red starred fields indicate those fields that are required. After all of the data has been entered into the required fields, we will continue with the submission. We'll now move on to step 2 in the report submission, where the well location data is entered. You can retrieve the location for the well coordinates based on the assessor's parcel number, or APN, address, entering the latitude and longitude coordinates in manually, or by selecting the location on an interactive map. For this example, I will enter an address to retrieve the location information. Please note that the address must be within the county that was selected in step 1 of the report submission. So in that case, it would be San Luis Obispo County. After the address has been entered, we'll go ahead and click on the Get Location Info button. So as we can see, the location information has been retrieved and pre-populated for the assessor's parcel number, or APN, the latitude longitude coordinates, and the public land survey system data. So now we can continue with our submission. Now we're in step 3, where we'll enter the well owner contact information. After all the required fields have been entered for the well owner information, we will go ahead and continue submittal. Now we're in step 4, the borehole information. So we'll go ahead and enter in those fields. And in this case, the total completed depth of the well will be the same as the total depth of the boring. This is a single cased well, so the answer to this question would be no for multiple casing strings in the well. And we'll start entering the borehole specifications, which we'll enter into this table row by row to the total completed depth, or the total depth of the boring. So now that we've entered in the borehole specifications to the total depth of the boring to 230 feet, we'll continue with the submission. And we've now moved on to step 5, the geologic log. We're going to enter the log information using the quick pick or geologic log light method. Again, we'll add a row to the table to enter in the log information to the total depth of the boring. So now that we've entered in the geologic log to the total depth of the boring, 230 feet, we can continue the submittal and move on to step 6, which is the construction details. Here we'll enter in the casings and annular material tables, which need to be entered to the total completed depth of the well, which also happens in this case to be the same as the total depth of the boring. So as we can see, the options that we chose in the previous dialog boxes will then be populated into this final casings table entry that we can use to finish up the data entry for the row. Okay, so now our casings table is completed to the total completed depth of the well, and we'll go ahead and enter in the annular material data table information. Okay, so our annular material table is now finished for all of the intervals to the total completed depth of the well. Now we can move on to step 7, where we can enter in the optional information for water level and yield. We can enter in as many of these fields as desired since they're optional, and we can go ahead and continue submittal. Now would be step 8, where we could add any attachments to the report, such as pictures of the well or any additional electrical or geophysical logs that you would want to append to the report. You have the option to either drag and drop files into the report submission, or you can use the file browser. I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop a file in. And it's required to select what type of file this is. So this is a photo of the well. And I'm going to go ahead and continue the submittal. Okay, now we reach step 9, where we can review all of the information that we've entered into the report. And if we want to make any changes at this time, we can click the edit button and return to that particular page in the submission. So if we wanted to add the well owner's number, we could do that now. And then continue our review. Return back to the review page. And once everything looks good, we can agree to the certification and submit our well completion report. Okay. Right. So it looks like the report was successfully submitted. This is our well